And we're live, I think.
Hi.
Let's hope so.
That's always the question, isn't it?
Yay. So welcome everyone to the next bit of Novi's Spooktacular live stream day. My name is Jojo, and I am here to be the game leader, guide, whatever, for Mythology, a tarot-based one-ish sheeter RPG by Sasha, Sienna, and Jonathan Sims. Yes. So thank you for them for this awesome little game. And today I am joined by, we have Lexi, Nate, Osprey, and Corey. So we're going to go around the table, virtual table, and have everyone give their hellos, howdies, and all that jazz. So Osprey, let's start with you, please, and thank you.
Hello, I'm Osprey Rune. I work with Arbitrary Hero. I'm starting a little bit of my own art live stream here soon. Is this where we do the kind of general plug-in, or is that going to be at the end?
Yeah, you can do that here, and we'll have a bigger one at the end.
Okay. Arbitrary Hero is going to be doing a 24-hour live stream for Extra Life. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well said.
Nate, you're up next.
Sure. Hello, I am Nate of Arbitrary Hero. We are a YouTube channel / Twitch channel that streams Let's Plays, and I think Cameron is another team member who does reviews for Transformers. We're getting into board games. We kind of use our platform to provide opportunities for our friends to share what they love, which happens to be mostly video games right now. But yes, like Osprey says, we are doing a 24-hour live stream on Twitch and YouTube next weekend, November 6th, for Extra Life. So if you get a chance, come join us.
Awesome. And Corey.
Hi, Corey from Endgame Content / Dungeons and Doofuses.
Love that.
We do everything on Twitch. I'll plug that in at the end, and we just really do it for fun. We do our own things, and then we do things together. We do the podcast and D&D together.
Awesome. And Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lex. I am a Novi resident with my podcast, Lex Talk About It, our bi-weekly roundtable discussion. And I'm really excited to get into this and play with my deck and with new friends. I'm excited to be here to be collecting donations for the Legacy of Hope Foundation. We are so close to the goal. I think we're like
$10 away.
We are $10 away.
That's it. So yes, my name is Jo Arianes, Jojo, Little Star Girl, all that jazz. I kind of moonlight with Novi and a lot of different little things here and there, and we'll have my own content coming soon. And as Lexi introduced, the charity we are raising money for this month is Legacy of Hope, which a Canadian-based organization that is helping with the process of recovery with missing and murdered Indigenous children. That is a topic very close to home for me and Lexi and a lot of other people because Native American and Indigenous individuals are the ones at most risk for unresolved murders, crimes, and incarceration. So there's the plug. And please, we're so close to donating or for getting our goal for the stream, and so if you would, just $1 or $2, like that's all we need. And yes, 100% of the donations will go directly to Legacy of Hope. So thanks for joining in, and let's get going on this mythology game. It is, as I said before, it is tarot based, but none of us have to be readers or anything like that. We are using the archetypal story-based nature of tarot to help us build a piece of mythology together. Before we started up the stream, I already drew a card so we could figure out what the myth is that we're going to be discussing. And super ironically, I drew the Fool, which is the very beginning of the journey. So we are going to discover the myth of how the Fool became wise. And the next part is we need to meet the heroes of our story. So everyone is going to go around and draw a card from the major arcana of their deck, and have a handy dandy little cheat sheet here that every card from the major arcana has a positive and negative trait. So supposed to choose two. Do we want to choose two at the same time, or one and then the second?
I say one and then the second. I like each of us goes around and picks one, and then each of us goes around and picks our second.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Before we do that, I did want to show you guys the lovers, because this is my favorite
snap.
Radical.
Of the lovers.
I really appreciate that, because it shows that that's not actually always the best card to draw.
And also in each fractal of that, it's showing a different type of relationship. There's
it's not always about just sex, and it's not always just about marriage, and like so much more. Anyways,
just take that one back away, and I'm going to
tuck it away. And a reminder: if we repeat a card, no, toss it. Select another. So, Osprey, what's your first card?
All right. My first card is the Wheel of Fortune, which probably won't show very well, but
we got it. That art is very pretty.
This deck also has my favorite version of the Death card, which is actually the form of a phoenix.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Wheel of Fortune is my first one, and then Nate's first one. I will.
All right. Yes, Osprey, as a fellow arbitrary hero, would you do me the honor?
Judgment.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Judgment.
All right.
And I'm going to put yours over to the right here, so I can have your cards on the right, mine on the left, because I'm a lefty.
Cool.
All right. And then Corey, your first card.
All right. This is the Outsider.
Outsider.
Hey, gold, pony boy.
Oh wait, this is the Dishonored deck, so it's probably a little different.
The Outsider is probably analogous to the Hermit. If I have
that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna say Hermit for you.
All right.
Okay, and then Lexi.
Yes. The Magician.
Cool.
That's cool. Love that card.
And if you can't tell, his head is not connected to his body.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, and then I have the Hierophant.
Ooh, you're smarty.
All right, and then Osprey, what is your second card?
Let's find out. Justice.
Nice. Okay.
All right. And then 2 for 2 for me, please.
I have to redraw. I got the Hermit.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Okay. What else we got?
The Star.
The Star. Okay.
That's a good one.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Judgy and hopeful about it. Okay, cool.
I have to triple check the things real quick for mine.
Corey.
So unfortunately, the names are slightly different, but I'm going to go off the number on this. It's 3, so the Empress.
Yes, that's the same still.
Okay.
And I just got lucky in that the first card that I drew was Major Arcana. Give me just a second. I am separating
I forgot to tell you.
my Major and Minor Arcana. That's
Got mine. I got the Chariot. Okay. Run the world over.
So it looks like my character is lucky and cold.
So you get to decide. Does everyone have the little cheat sheet list, or do you need me to? Okay, great. So you need to pick which card is going to be your positive trait and which card is your negative trait. So you can decide amongst your solo self how you want your character to behave.
Yeah, the reason I said cold and lucky is because fair and unpredictable don't necessarily work very well. So it didn't really make sense. So I did that.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ooh.
Give these babies a quick shuffle, and I will draw my second card.
Yeah. I think I know which way I want to go with this.
Okay. Emperor. All right. We have the Emperor and Empress.
And the Empress. Oh, power couple.
Okay. So we have the lucky and cold. Nate, do you know your character?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the hopefulness of the star and the critical of the judgment.
Sounds very balanced.
As in all things.
Pretty cool. Okay. And then Corey.
I think I'll go with observant of the hermit and extravagant of the empress.
Okay. That could get real interesting. Lexi, what did you choose?
The bold of the magician and the unyielding of the emperor.
Okay. And I went with learned and stubborn. That get real interesting.
So we literally have an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Yes.
In the group. Fantastic.
Fucking work.
Great.
This is going to be amazing.
So now everyone needs to create a title for their hero, like Kingdom's Best Baker or God of Oak Trees specifically.
Okay.
Name God of Oak Trees, parenthetical, specifically.
Okay, so house so the title just has to, it can be pretty much anything related to. Okay.
Remember the myth is how the fool became wise.
Is each of us the fool?
We are going to tell the myth on how the fool becomes wise. So is there someone within the group that is the fool? Maybe Nate's character with hopeful and critical.
Mm-hmm.
But also I felt that the fool...
The emperor is uptight, Dad. Fuck off. I'm bold. You can't be uptight and bold.
Boldly uptight. I've known people like that.
Fair.
Yeah, me too.
But I felt that the fool might be someone that we're an NPC that we're going along and trying to help not be such an idiot anymore. Foolish anymore.
That is my DoorDash. That is late. I will be right back.
Okay.
I am not good at names. Give me a second.
I'm
Terrible at names too. It's all good.
I'm probably going to go with the student of hindsight because that seems to be what my character is going to be about. He's going to really hope it works out, and then he's going to get real critical of himself afterwards or others.
I love it.
Let's see. I forgot. Do we do a title and a name or just a title?
This is just a title.
Okay. The first frost.
Oh, I like that.
I am a fan of cold weather and snow and all that, so I figured
That's
that
why
worked.
you're playing in Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. I get it.
Lucky and cold, the first frost. That's awesome. What about you, Corey?
This is tougher than I thought it would be. All right. Dang, I'm not too sure right now.
So he's the observant hermit, and the
extravagant empress.
The extravagant empress.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird trying to like.
Okay, hear me out on this. You are a super fan of a sports team who loves to host game night parties.
Oh, sports ball?
Sport ball.
Let's go.
You could invent sport ball. Beginning of the universe. Or Calvin ball, or whatever you want it to be.
The invention of sport ball.
Yeah.
Okay, the inventor of sport ball.
Yeah, we'll go with the inventor of sport ball.
Good girl. Lay down. Good girl.
Okay, Lex. You have a sentence, or I'm sorry, a title.
I would say so. I took the boldness of the magician and the unyieldingness of the emperor. So I think I will go with sorry. Something is, I keep seeing images rather than words, and I'm seeing like a forceful river. I'm seeing like a flood. Like that's the imagery that I'm getting, but I can't conjure the words for what that title would be.
So the wave of the bold, flow, waving, flowing, rippling.
Wait, wave of the, yeah, I would say Vespar, wave of the bold.
Okay. Or do you want to be a tsunami of the bold? I feel like that definitely encapsulates unyielding. There is no stopping a tsunami.
Yeah. I feel like it's too clunky. Like it doesn't feel right in the mouth. Wave of the bold.
Bold it is. All right. And then I said I am the isolated bookworm. All right. So next up, now that we have our ragtag band of
Mythological forces.
Yeah. You each need to decide what makes your character unhappy enough with the current situation that they'll face danger to change it. In your myth, everything is wonderful until something happens. Let's see. Osprey, can you draw me one card from the Major Arcana?
Major Arcana?
Yes, I'm using
All
that.
right.
We will figure out the next bit.
Oh, we already drew the Empress.
Yep.
Already drew the Magician.
Oh.
The Sun.
Ooh,
I don't think we drew that one yet.
Ooh.
No, we have not.
I love this card.
Sun.
It's so pretty.
The sun is a great
Optimistic and naive.
So, what does your sun look like? Can you try to show us again?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wait, there it is. There it is. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So then we're going to say that the Fool is definitely an NPC, and we are all within one very peaceful kingdom in a mythological land filled with, oh goodness, you are just so clunky. Sorry. Mythological land filled with life everywhere. Everything, everyone has a spirit within themselves. Random objects will come to life and move about on their own. Sometimes it's a little awkward, like the umbrella over there just grows a foot and it bounces around until it finds its comfy spot and it just goes back to sleep and the foot disappears. That kind of atmosphere. If the chair gets too pissed off at you farting on it too much, it's going to leave you behind. So in this nice little realm of kind of maybe fairy magic, a little bit of yokai, we find our intrepid heroes coming together, and they have a younger companion, but they always seem to get themselves in trouble, but they just keep wandering off, and they bit of a flower child, this one, that everything's fine, everything's good, everything's always going to be great. It'll all work out in the end. But then one day, this foolish character decides to climb up a great mountain because they just want to see the sun rise without anything obstructing their view. And as they are climbing, they end up disturbing the mountain itself. And it begins to uproot itself. It does not appreciate being trodden on, and rocks being shaken out of place, and the forest on top of it being disturbed. It's as if someone takes their hands up into your hair and puts it all out of place. Like, that doesn't feel good. Please stop. But our foolish little friend kept climbing. So, let's go to Nate, and I want you to add another detail of the game, or of this story. You can pull a minor arcana card to take in some of its information and add it in.
Okay.
Or keep playing off of the sun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, Osprey, would you draw me a card, please? What do we have? I don't know what that is offhand.
So,
I can't. Yeah, there's too much glare. We can't see what the card says.
actually, I have a way to show you. Turns out the person has all of the artwork on their site.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So, I don't know if there's a way to send this in Zoom. I've never used Zoom before. Apologies.
The chat.
Oh. Yeah, I mostly use Discord, so I'm like, I
You're
don't know
fine.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. I can just, as I draw the cards, I can pull them up and share the link.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 of Wands. So
10 of
Wands has to deal with creativity.
Okay. All right. Then that's the case. He upsets, or this character upsets the mountain so much. And this is a tall mountain, and it has a lot. It has a snow cap to it, and it requires the snow melt to come down to keep the river flowing. And with its upheaval and its being upset, it stops the river.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's going to destroy crops. Oh, no. Okay. So, Corey, next detail is yours.
All right. So just draw from the minor.
Mhm.
Okay. It's three of skulls. I don't know what the translation is exactly.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going off of playing cards. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
red. So I think
Dishonor
that's going to be the
deck.
hearts. Hearts relates to cups. So we're going to say spiritual.
So cups.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Emotions. All right. So, what was that last little bit before drawing again?
Spiritual. That Nate said that because the mountain is uprooting itself, it's taking away the snow cap that fed the river, which means all of the crops in the area are going to die off and no one's going to have fresh water.
Oh. So with that, the water spirits are going to be somewhat angry, and they're looking around like, dude, where's my water at? Like, what's going on?
It's not where I parked my river.
Exactly. It's not. That's not where I left it last night.
And Lexi.
All right. Let's draw. Let's see what we can pull here. That is the 10 of Swords.
Oof, okay. Swords. Wit and turbulence within relationships.
Mm-hmm. And the reason that the young, foolish one was even climbing this mountain in such a hurried state that he was disturbing the forests and upheaving the animals and displacing the rocks, because like he's a young spiritual being. Like he could pass without trace if he wanted to, but he's upset. He's the youngest of the celestial elemental bodies that make up this land, and so he's feeling left out, and he's feeling like they don't take him seriously as the embodiment that he is, and they treat him as a child. They're always giving him something to busy himself with, and all of his accomplishments, like while they are completely valid, are not downplayed to hurt him, but it's very much like, oh yeah, good for you, kind of. A lot of the time,
the youngest child syndrome.
and so he's all of that is seeping through his hurried gait and his heavy steps and his wicked lashing of his arms out as he tears through this mountain, upsetting the mountain, making it climb higher and stop all the water and such.
Okay. So our situation has been set. And as the mountain begins to move away, the little foolish friend is trapped on the mountain. The next step in the myth is we're going to keep going in that same like rotational order. And Osprey, you will draw another card from the minor arcana, and you will use that image and what kind of depending on the suit that it comes from, depends on the area in which this trial will come from, but you will set the stage for the trial of the next player. So you will draw the card, and Nate has to draw their own card to then formulate how everyone together. How they overcome that trial. That's how that works.
Okay. So let me pull up. So I drew the Page of Cups, dropping that image in the chat. Well, dropping the link in the chat.
So that means it will be a trial of spirit because it is from the Cups suit.
These are pretty. The art is gorgeous.
I absolutely love this set. It's Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie. And I apologize, I do not know how to pronounce this name without knowing a little more context. But Pui Moon La. She has a lot of stuff. She specializes in watercolors. It's great. So, yes, it is a trial of spirit. So, do I come up with the actual trial, or
no?
Do we just okay?
Yes. So Osprey will be describing the trial, and then Nate will be the one who is called to answer that trial. The rest of us can assist narratively, but it's going to be on Nate to figure out how to solve this problem. So,
right. Let's go.
It is spiritual in a flexible sense, or is there a particular type of spiritual we're talking about?
I think it's going to be spiritual in a flexible sense. Like, we are not denominational here.
Well, I was more thinking from the standpoint, is there a particular, not necessarily canon, but definition?
Not Christian mythology. That's
right.
That's the pantheon within which we're working. We're not. I don't think we're working with a specific, like, cultural pantheon.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to talk pantheon. I was trying to talk definition, because spirituality can mean different things depending on who you ask.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the clarification.
If it's a spiritual trial, isn't that usually categorized as, like, not necessarily the person's spirituality, but more so their spirit itself, like their willingness, to, like, go on, and their willingness to continue to pursue life and all of their pursuits. Is that what it means by a spiritual trial? Like, something that's trying to
it can be that it's going to try your internal focus, and because briefly established that this is a world where spirits inhabit everything. So is it a disruption in the flow of the spirits that inhabit the world around you, or is it something internally within Nate's character that he needs to overcome in order to help the foolish one on the mountain?
I think so. Real quick, Nate, what were your keywords again?
My keywords were hopeful, or hope, and critical.
I think this character is going to have to decide that it's worth still trying to help this foolish character, and not just kind of make this character deal with their own mistakes. Like, I think this character needs to figure out how to take a step back, have some patience, not just sit there and want to judge, and just kind of figure out how to not resent this character for making that mistake.
Okay. I think I have something for that then. So this is going to be more of an internal conflict with my character than it is external.
Sure. I will say that what your answer is, I want you to try to rally your party members to come with you, that you've made this decision how do you convince those around you to do it as well?
Okay. So from my, I guess, the negative aspect of my personality is that I am critical. And I think that my initial snap, knee-jerk judgment of our foolish character is cut him loose. He caused this himself. He didn't think about the consequences of his actions. And now he has to, but now he's left us with the bill. Mm-hmm. However,
I'm going to need you to draw a minor arcana card.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So I drew for you the Queen of Cups.
Okay.
That is in the chat if you want to take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the Queen of Cups.
And you can use imagery and symbolism and all of that from this card to enhance your portion of the story.
Okay.
And if I'm reading the thing correctly, if it's part of the court, it means it's someone you met and interacted with. Pages and queens are friendly. So
someone I've met?
Yeah, someone that you meet.
Yeah.
And they are friendly to you, meaning they will be helpful.
Okay.
In helping you resolve the situation.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, I'm looking at the artwork for this card, and it has this queen standing on what seems to be a shoreline with turtles underneath of it. I want to talk about that water specifically. So continuing what I said is that I immediately passed judgment on because of my frustration and fear of what was going to happen, and my exasperation of this probably isn't his first offense. But I think I would want to use the water itself to look at a reflection of myself, and that cast concern about what we might have done. As we said before, this being that caused us all of this hassle is the youngest among us. Maybe the least experienced, the least accomplished so far.
And doesn't that make this action our consequence as an older?
Mm-hmm. As much as we are individuals, we are also reflections of each other upon our friends and family. And they would not have done this without some sort of imbalance for themselves and since they are with us, we're all one family. We must have done something.
Okay.
So I think I want to use the reflection in the water to see back into myself and see what we could have done, what we could be doing better, what we could have done to prevent this. And I think I want to use this mindset to help convince others to join me.
Okay. Awesome. I think that is a fantastic way of looking at this. So we might be angry at little brother for
initially
causing this bad situation, but we all have to take responsibility that our words, our actions led little brother to running off onto the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And pissing the mountain off.
And then pissing the mountain off, and they yanked up their roots and took the river away.
Based on what's happening, it just strikes me as this guy really wants to be known and respected among his peers, his family. So he chose literally the biggest guy to take on, which is the mountain, that go try and take him out, basically.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. Well, I feel emboldened to go do this. How does everyone else feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, our luck's not going to last forever, so.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Also, I'm getting thirsty, so let's fix this.
Okay. Awesome. So
You're
now
just
Nate,
thirsty. You don't want to maybe take a bath.
True.
there's no water for that either. We're all going to
Yeah,
get
either way.
too.
Either way.
Nate, you're now drawing the trial for Corey to resolve.
Okay.
Ooh, I
do I
love
got?
this card.
Mhm.
It is the Ace of Wands.
Oh,
Ace of
And-
Wands.
Wands.
Okay, tell me
Um,
about that a little bit.
So I'm grabbing the link real quick. One thing I like about this deck is the wands have a lot of foxes.
oh, cute.
Ooh.
And foxes I absolutely adore. My partner absolutely adores. So there's that. There's
Okay.
like 3 foxes and a very wooden staff, and it's very pretty.
Okay.
And so this is going to be a trial of creativity.
A trial of creativity. Okay. The foxes, or maybe even the fox spirits at this point.
Nay?
Yeah. They know of a path up the mountain that does not disturb. It was a path dedicated to scaling the mountain, which was ignored.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find it.
Ah, so because it was ignored, they've now obscured it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very much the mischievous kitsune
Mm-hmm.
type spirit.
They know a thing or two about the place.
Yes. Okay. So Corey, how are you going to find this kitsune hidden path up the mountain?
So, do I draw anything
Yeah.
or okay?
Draw a minor arcana card.
Okay. Well, I'm taking this as wands because they're pistols, 3 of pistols, but 3 of wands.
3 of guns.
I'm going to go off of the artwork that Osprey is dropping down, and I'm going to just link that one right there. So 3 of wands, oddly enough,
that's
it's
cool.
about exploration and seeking out the uncharted.
Oh, snap.
And we're also going off our character as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Good thing I'm observant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So with all of that, it takes like no time at all. The foxes say, "Oh, hey, by the way, there's a path somewhere over there." Doesn't give an exact location, and I'm just like look over, and I'm like, "Oh, it's obviously right there." So we'll just go down this path here. We'll be safe. It's like a little crack in the wall that you wouldn't think that you'd fit through. So you just have to kind of duck in to get through and kind of squeeze in sideways.
Spelunking. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Going spelunking in a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
There you
So
go.
Sounds good to me.
We're going into the mountain, not up.
Into the mountain.
Into the mountain. All right. So we've gone from outside in the forest
over the river and through the mountain.
Through the woods. We're going through the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Very distinct visuals with all of that. And you got a 3, so we don't have to worry about any extra stuff going on.
Do we have to?
I'm sorry?
Do we have to worry about anything for aces?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
But that was on the trial card. If Corey had drawn the ace, it would have meant he found a new opportunity and discovered something hidden. It's bad if you draw a 10. A 10 means like, nope, you can't, no matter how hard you try, you are not getting through this trial. So
well, I'm glad I fucking already got the 10 of swords out of the way because that would have been the worst fucking one.
So
the sword suit is ridiculous.
Mm.
I have one question for Corey. On the card from Osprey's deck, there looked like there was a little cat standing next to the explorer. Do we have a little spirit following us around through our adventure?
Was that
one of the
I thought it was
foxes?
another fox.
I'm going to take that as a fox. And one of the foxes was like, you know what? You're awesome. I'm going to come with you and tag along and see what else you get into. If you screw up, then I'll, okay.
I'll sell your tail.
The higher ups.
Tell it.
Bear witness.
Foxes.
Go ahead.
my partner and I like to joke that foxes are made of majesty, mischief, and floof.
There you go.
That's perfection. Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
For sure.
Quite literally, that is what the fox said.
Our little group of mythological heroes now has an animal companion. Perfect. Corey, I need you to draw the trial for Lexi.
Right. So that's another minor, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, the 2 of Wands.
Wands is creativity again.
Yes, I'll link that as well. All right. So personal power and influence,
All right.
authority and courage. All right. So as you're going through into the mountain, you realize it's not an easy path. You know, you kind of you go through like all this crack, and then it goes into an opening. And in that opening, you realize you kind of have to like back up against the wall and kind of shimmy over, and the floor is kind of, you know, unsteady.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I have to figure out how to get across it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The mountain's got brittle bones, huh?
Yeah.
We
I mean,
can't
you're
see
pulling on its hair, you know.
Mhm.
We have gone down through the opening and into darkness. We are inside a cavernous tunnel system within the mountain, and we are blinded due to the darkness. So we have no way of seeing what we're doing. We're bumbling around, and we can only feel very little, but we hear a much bigger space around us. We don't know what that entails.
Okay. All right. Ace of Swords.
Oh,
Awesome.
Ooh.
okay.
Can't wait.
So that means you discover something, an opportunity, or a hidden item, or something along those lines.
Okay.
A new strength, a new power.
Okay. We're in the mountain, and like I know the mountain has natural water sources. Are we near water where we are under this
You hear
cavern in this hole?
the very slightest notes of drips hitting from different heights. And it sounds like the ripples go across a somewhat shallow pool, and they disperse quickly.
Oh. I follow the sound of the water until I can get to the pool. And I slide my hands across like the rough, rocky surface until they get into the water, and I feel the cold mountain water. If you've never had like water from a fresh spring from a mountain, or experienced like the ice water that comes off of snow caps, like you don't know
It
what
is
water is.
freezing.
It is.
Yeah, it's great.
It is so good. Like it's biting kind of cold.
It'll wake you up in the morning.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And so it's that, right? So Vespar like puts their hands into the water, this water that is as unyielding as he is. Water is going to find a course. Water cuts through mountains. Water is a solid. It's a gas. It's a liquid. Even when it's a liquid, it still contains crystalline structures, which is fucking wild. Like water is going to persevere in some form or shape. And with that, Vespar knows that they are going to persevere. They are going to make it through, and they're able to unlock the ability to commune with and like shape the water and like move it through its various states. and they use that to vaporize the water so that they can follow the water vapor out, because they'll be able to feel it against their skin as the breeze carries it out of the passageway.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
All right, so you create a very comforting mist that comes up off of the pool within the cavern, and it starts to guide you through this winding trail, and you keep feeling pyres and towers of rock around you, and the mist weaves you through, guiding you along this unseen path. And eventually you feel that where within the cavern itself, and you still hear the tinkling of the water dripping, that it had all been pretty level. And slowly you realize that you're all straining forward and you're climbing upwards into still, you can't see anything, but you feel that you are walking up to another level within the mountain. And that leads us to Lexi. You will draw the next trial for me to resolve.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see what this is.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's a 10.
Did you?
A 10 of wands.
Okay, but it's just wands, so
Okay.
that
Wands.
it's man, we are just all about this creativity today.
The cards are trying to tell us something.
I did not draw the 10, so I still have an opportunity to get through things, but yeah, you get to tell me what creative challenge have we come up against?
Yeah, so we continue forward. We've been carried by the mist, and we continue up until it feels like we've plateaued for a moment, but the mist has dissipated, which means this area is too open for there to be like a clear pathway. And you can hear rumbling, but instead of sounding like rocks rumbling, it sounds like the rumble of thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Which, what? We're inside of a mountain. How would there be thunder here? But how is there anything in this mountain? And to draw on sort of the imagery of this card, which is fucking beautiful.
That's metal. That thing's awesome.
That is pretty metal.
This deck is goth as fuck. Like it is so good. But as there's rumbling, you see lightning shoot across from one side of the cavern to the other, almost as if the rock itself is electrified here. And you look around and it's just reflected off of what seems to be an obsidian chasm within this mountain.
Rage of the mountain.
And you have to figure out how to traverse this path. With lightning bouncing and becoming more frequent as the mountain becomes more and more turmoiled by our presence here and our brother's presence here.
Okay. Oh, I got the Queen of Pentacles.
Oh,
Pentacles.
okay, Queen.
I think this is Yukiona, but anyways, Snow Queen, Snow Fairy.
Hey, that
Snow-
actually works.
So the literal translation is Snow Woman. The myth is you probably know the myth.
Yeah, but go right ahead.
Okay, sorry. The myth is specifically of a female spirit on mountains who it's been a little while, but if I recall correctly, would like lead people further into the snow
And kill them.
Yeah, she wanted them to be entrapped in the snow and die along with her so she wouldn't be lonely.
Yeah.
I was going to say that sounds almost
Honestly,
perfect, but not quite.
honestly, good for you, Queen.
Mhm.
Go out there, make friends, be sociable.
It's okay. We all get lonely sometimes. You do what you can.
She is going to add strength to our party.
What a fortuitous card to grab.
Seriously, it's like they know.
Gives a vital object that will help on our quest. Okay, so we are in an obsidian cavern now that has been electrified due to
The inner turmoil of the mountain.
Well, I was trying to give the mountain a name, and then I realized I kept wanting to call it the mountain that I lived on. Screw it. Asamayama is now moving, and because of its motion, it is generating this electrical force within itself, and it's binking all around as lightning in the obsidian cavern. And your Lexi's what is your character's name again? You kept saying it.
Vespar, the
Wave of the Bold.
Wave of the Bold.
Yes. So when the crack of lightning happens, I see through the dissipation of Vespar's mist, it coalescing in the middle of the cavern, and spirit takes hold, and out comes Yukiona, and she sees the lightning cracking around, and she sees us poor mortal flesh bags holding onto our spirits and wanting to stay mortal, and glides over to us and offers her outer robe and tells us that if we hold it over ourselves, we will stay within her protection. And so, which is a little difficult because she's a very slight woman, and so only two of us can fit under at a time. And so there's just this little chain of like, run one person over, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, run another person, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, come get the last person, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I hand Yukiona her outer robe back and graciously thank her,
but not until you're at the other end safe again. You don't need her to give her robe back. You know how these fade.
I'm definitely not keeping it because I don't want to offend her and have her like chasing us now. That's gonna make everything.
But like, girl, meet me at the exit. Like, yeah. I can't come back to the center where you coalesce, sis.
And she's ask what we can do to thank her for her assistance, and her only request is make sure that the snow comes back home.
Oh,
Deal.
I got you, sis. I got you on the snow.
Do we have some water around here?
I'm sure we can probably.
That's.
No,
I was about to say Beskar. That's not the right universe right now.
Vespar.
So, and I did think of a name for my character, Frickson. I'm going to try to spell it in ASL here real quick. FRYXEN.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So, Frickson is actually going to use the fact that he is the first frost to, if he gets some water, actually be able to turn it into a frost that kind of envelops Yukiona.
I like that. So Vespar, can you help with that?
So Vespar would come to remind me what you said your character, the first frost, but what was their name?
Frickson.
Yep. Comes to Frickson, puts their hands on top of Frickson's and like breathes and kind of channels their cold energy to have the water vapor.
Oh no, is that mine? Oh.
Have them have to slow down the molecules of the water vapor in the air and have that kind of coalesce, and you kind of see it become this about palm size. Actually, hang on.
Props, visual aids.
It coalesces into an orb of water about this.
Love it.
This is my smoky quartz palm stone.
Nice. So
it still has sunflower oil on it.
So Frickson's going to actually take that and kind of essentially do kind of a shawl or cloak of frost that can kind of help Yuki-onna until we get the snow back.
Love it. Awesome. Okay. Now I am drawing a trial card for Frickson. Uh-oh. I got the Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups. Huh?
I haven't had a whole lot of the cups.
Yeah. So that is Trial of Spirit.
Down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Like, look at this little ghost boy. He's so
cute.
His little tea bowl is empty, and he is crying a little.
I just want to make him some like daisuke and like just like no.
This is one. Daijoubu desu ka?
Yes, so little Knights of Cups is a trial of spirit. Okay. I know what's up.
What's up?
Okay. I drew it, so it being a knight is no big deal.
So it's bad if we draw knights like on the resolution?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Knights and kings, not for us.
Knights and kings are will end up doing bad things, whereas queens and pages will help us.
What about princesses?
Princesses and pages are the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be forgetting that.
Okay, so we have gotten past the obsidian lightning rune with the help of Yuki-onna. We all continue up, and we can tell we are at the peak of the mountain, and there's light coming in, but there is something blocking it. And all we can tell is there is a massive stone with its own spirit within it, guarding the exit out. And so how do you convince the spirit to let us through? He's very, very stubborn and wants to protect his home, which is the mountain, and does not want to anger Asamayama any more than the rambunctious fool has done on the outside.
And here I am, the least personable person in the party.
How do you know? You haven't
all had our problems.
You have not seen me interact with a person.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm personable.
Also, you're the one giving gifts in the story too, so all good.
But I'm cold. I haven't quite figured out how that works. Probably a little bit of I don't actually care most of the time, but we'll see. Okay, 2 of Cups. Let me pull that up real quick.
2 of Cups. I
was enjoying your little show there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
interlude.
Is there something about if the suit matches the...
Yes. Well, if the imagery on the drawn card matches the imagery of your character's card, then
come here.
You can answer the trial using strengths and resources that you already had. With it being cups that works with emotions and bolstering courage or draining the will of someone or something.
Okay. So I just wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if I had read something about if the drawing the same suit that the trial card was from did anything, but it doesn't sound like it does.
No, yeah, because we've done that multiple times already.
Um, hmm. Let's see. Potential for bonding, making a connection.
Education connection.
So Frickson's going to go up to this spirit and be like, I get it. Trust me. I get it. I'm frustrated too. All we're trying to do is fix the situation, get everybody home where they belong, get everybody calmed down, and not have to deal with this problem anymore. That's all we want. Like, it sounds like that's kind of what you want to. Let's try to do that. Like, I'm not going to try to be buddy-buddy with you here, but I think we want the same thing, and I just want this to be done. So Frickson's just going to be very, very blunt about this and just be like, the only reason I care about you wanting this right now is because our goals align. And it's just going to be like, this is going to help you get what you want.
Okay.
We want the same things.
Said,
I mean, what
I got what you need.
the spirit is wanting is like to appease the mountain, and that means it is a sacred space, and if people come trouncing up on it whatever which way, like, that's very rude. That's like walking into someone's home with muddy boots on. Like, why would you do that? You go in and flip their dinner table over and be like, haha, fuck your food. That's not very
Happy birthday to the ground.
So what guarantees that you can you give the mountain that that will no longer occur for anyone within your family or the villagers or anything else?
I mean, I don't have control over the actions of others, but I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good object lesson. And if we can get the fool out of here, we can keep a closer eye on the fool from now on.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else is going to be foolish enough to do this. Like, I really don't.
I feel that in this particular blunder, the fool has actually led by example, and I don't think we need to push the boundaries anymore. Like, once was enough.
Just put a keep out sign when we leave.
What is it you call it in psychology? Having a, like, what is it? A technical understanding and a functional understanding of boundaries? Is that what it is? Like, there's something where it's like, people have told me I shouldn't do this, so I don't do it. And no, I've actually learned that this is the consequence if I do this thing.
Yeah.
We have now learned the consequence, and nobody's going to be doing it.
It only took the fool to transgress, but we all paid the price. So we all learned.
Okay. I like the idea of the keep out sign, but yes, everything else.
What if we make you a sign that says, beware of lightning and knights?
Or how about just harness the lightning for our electrical fence?
Wait.
All around.
Points are being
put in Braille too.
Attach something to the obsidian room.
Just like a wire all the way around. Yeah, all the way out to the obsidian room, and then
clearly
make a nice electrical
this mountain
fence.
has mineral deposits. You could just some raw iron ore in a couple of key places will give you some really great gritting.
Also, what about this? We can't stop people from climbing the mountain, but the main problem here was that our foolish family member decided to kick up every rock on the way up there. If we could design a path that was designated for climbing the mountain.
Isn't there one already though? Like, didn't we establish there was
there was a hidden one that the boxes used. It was
always hidden.
Yeah, it was always hidden. But if we can create one specifically to pretty much funnel everyone to this one pathway
For pilgrimages and for people
exactly
to, pay homage and respect.
Yeah. You can't, if you try and keep out everybody, then that all it does is challenge their willingness to try and push the bounds. But if you create one path that makes it easier for everybody, that's the one they're going to use. And
it doesn't even have to be easy. It can be.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be challenging.
It can be challenging enough to sway any pretenders to respecting the mountain.
Yeah.
So we put a shrine at the top of the mountain and we build a path designated to challenge.
Show you the strength of the mountain. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly this.
And it's a win-win. They follow the path and you might get free food.
You respect the boundaries, you understand the strength, and you grow yourself.
Okay. Agreed. And at the last resonance of the word agreed, the spirit recedes into the rock fades away. It was never really there, and we are all able to come out into the bright sunlight of a new dawn. The mountain had been moving all night long. Didn't realize that time had passed while we were inside. We couldn't see the stars and moons when they came out, but
moons, how many moons do we have?
2.
I was about to roll a d6.
Yeah.
There's 2 moons. And you find little brother is sure enough on the peak, crying, huddled up on a boulder, just not sure what to do. And we all come out and we see little brother sitting there, and they rush over and fall at our knees and you thank us for being there. And we realize that the mountain is slowed down and settled for a moment. And
giant anime-sized tears.
It's a bit of the bubbly ones that the very Miyazaki where they just overflow. Let's see. As we're telling little brother what all we went through to get to him, we feel that the mountain is moving back the other way and reversing course. And we spend all day on the mountain enjoying the bright sunshine and forage a little bit for food, but making sure we thank the mountain for providing that for us and promise that we will replenish the food that has been taken. And about halfway through the day, we realized that that spirit that what we thought was the rock spirit is now sitting on top of the same stone that we found little brother on. And that is Asamayama as spirit form, and sitting there watching over us and saying, this is okay, this is okay. And thus, by the end of the evening, towards sunset, Asamayama settles down into place and comes forward to our little group and says, thank you. I look forward to seeing the shrine that you all construct up here, and I will make sure to always provide the most beautiful vistas for travelers and pilgrims to see from this spot, as long as they obey the rules.
So Vespar is going to give a slight bow to the mountain and is going to call forth the water from the air and shape it into the archway of a shrine's gate, and is going to look to Frickson to hit it with some permafrost, and make that an ever-standing, ice encapsulated structure as a sort of promise to finish out the rest of the shrine and come back.
Yeah, Frickson is going to oblige and is going to basically kind of gather the energy in his hands for a moment before just kind of releasing it out towards the gate.
Any extra details, Nate or Corey?
I would suggest having a like a geometric prismatic shape that refracts the light of the day and of the moon. So at all times of the day, everyone can see exactly how tall this mountain is.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So, my character, Stella.
Stella!
There it is. Glad somebody did it.
I'm gonna pay the price for it too. Let me tell you.
Stella pulls out a piece of obsidian from the one cavern we all went through and fastens it together with rope and twine made from parts of her clothing, like the belt, the sash from her cloak, and hangs it on the top of the shrine gate. So that's where it will dangle down to make the reflections.
Cool.
Corey, any last tidbits?
The tail.
Just at the shrine, I've also figured out my character's name as well. I know at the very end. Go figure.
I love it.
Eileen.
Eileen, come on,
Yeah.
Eileen.
So what Eileen will do, I'll tell you the last name later. What Eileen will do is pretty much shower the shrine in all this expensive looking things like trinkets and coins and all that.
Oh my God, is that a Chanel bracelet?
Oh,
What's that?
is that a Chanel bracelet? Yeah.
Is that Gucci?
Right? Oh my God, that's a Fendi bag.
Louis Vuitton, what?
Are you wearing Tom Ford?
Awesome. So we have our first offerings left, items to show the permanent regal nature of the mountain.
Bag?
Huh?
I was quoting there was a vine.
Oh man, that Vine's classic.
Oh my God.
Oh, I just registered.
In my Valentino white
bad.
bag.
Oh, what?
Oh man. Rip Vine.
Classic.
Oh man, how many years old is that? I don't want to know. Never mind. Don't answer.
I don't want to know.
Mm-mm.
Oh, chat, leave us alone. Leave us
Mm-mm.
alone.
Okay. So now we all descend back into the village and we see that the river has started flowing again, and the spirits that roam the valley and the fields right before the Asamayama have all settled and are less cranky and welcoming again, and the village is safe. And
The river's back.
yes, and now we know how the fool became wise, because little brother will never make that mistake again.
Well, I think it's very important for us to have a talk with little brother and make sure we say we're sorry too.
Well, and I think the fool isn't necessarily just little brother. I think the fool in this story's context would be the tendency of us all to disregard our effect on others, for positive or negative. So many times we don't see how much somebody looks up to us and how much our words mean to them and how much our actions mean to them. And so the fool is, yes, the little brother who acted out and didn't communicate his feelings, but it's also the older siblings who, you know, didn't see that their little brother was hurting and their little brother wanted to be seen. Like, you know, the fool in this is the fool that becomes wise is the person who recognizes, you know, their positive and negative traits. They can be either. They're just traits of who they are. It's how you wield them. It's, you know, you can be unyielding, but still be flexible, unyielding in your pursuit of something, but yielding in the pathway that you choose to find it.
Thank you all so much for making this story with me. That was a lot of fun.
That's good. It's really cool.
That was fun.
And now we have time to go around and let everyone plug messages for all of their projects and current shenanigans. And yes.
What y'all doing? What you be up to?
Osprey, give me the tea on all the things.
Okay, so I have a couple of things. I'm doing Extra Life with Arbitrary Hero November 6th, starting at
8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. I will primarily be doing night shift for that.
We thank you very much for that. Yeah.
So Extra Life is donating to Children's Hospital. We're raising money for that. Did we already meet the match goal for donating to the Transgender Center of Equality?
Yes, we did. We met our goal of matching $3,000. We have so we made good on that, and we're hopeful to.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that?
Center for Transgender Equality, I believe.
Yeah.
So as someone who is trans, that was very near and dear to me. I'm transmasc. Semi non-binary, but kind of it gets messy.
The
point is, you're wonderful, and thank you for everything.
Gender is an experience, and I've talked a little bit about this on my podcast before, but like, it's a fucking experience. If you identify with a Taylor fucking Swift song and like you see part of your gender in that, like, that's fucking valid. Like, no, I'm not going to like refer to you as red for your pronouns because like that's a color, but like gender is an experience and a performance. So like, it's going to be confusing. I don't ask that everybody understand my gender and my gender experience because there's no way everyone's going to understand it. But you know what you can fucking do? Respect it and mind your goddamn business.
Yep. The reason I kind of ended with, well, it gets complicated is otherwise I will ramble forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also starting November 7th, after I've had a few hours of sleep, I am going to be doing the first of my actual live stream Celtic Knotwork, where I stream from my iPad. I'm drawing Celtic Knotwork while I just kind of chat with whoever's there. It's meant to just be kind of relaxing. It's going to be every Sunday night at 3 p.m. PST, which is 6 p.m. EST, because I'm on the West Coast.
5 p.m. for you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, so.
So I'm gonna be doing that. I chose Sunday nights as a way for people who work Monday through Friday to possibly unwind before they go to work the next week. So I'm on Twitch as Osprey Rune. That's also my Twitter and my Instagram, where I will be posting the finished versions of what I'm doing. And I think that's enough for me. So I think Nate's next.
Yes, he is.
Okay, cool. So Osprey is a wonderful team member of Arbitrary Hero. Myself, Cameron, Hannah, Tom, and a bunch of others. We use the Arbitrary Hero as our umbrella platform for sharing everything that we love. Right now, we're doing Let's Plays of games. We are doing Dungeons and Dragons. We have a couple different things going on with that. Cameron does a Transformer toy review and also trading card game, which he and a group of other people have resurrected back from the dead and have now are like holding it up, and they're doing a wonderful job of it. We are again having our, I guess technically it'll be a 25-hour marathon for Extra Life because of course they want to do it on Daylight Savings Day.
Absolutely not.
So that's going to be fun.
Absolutely not.
That's a 25-hour stream then. Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, also, it's rough.
Also, the time swap happens for me at a different time than it does for the rest of the team because I'm in a different time zone and it's
yeah. So we're just going to cry way earlier than you.
Yeah. We forgot to mention fizz bombs.
Well, so that's what we're going into now. To incentivize everyone for donating to our Extra Life page, one, we're trying to reach 5K. We're at 3 and some change right now, but we have tons of prizes. We have digital downloads for D&D Beyond adventure modules and books. We recently have access to Fizban's Treasury of Dragons that we are giving away, I believe, at the end of the test stream tonight. We have Hero Forge gift cards. So if you ever wanted to customize a miniature, we have a bunch of those. I've got dozens just sitting there waiting. I wish I could have my own prizes, but I can't. And then Cameron is probably giving away a metric truckload of different Transformers toys that are all very cool, of which I don't know any of the names. He's the expert.
I only know a handful of them, but it's fine.
Yeah, but go to Extra Life. We are under Cameron Edashami for our arbitrary hero. You can donate to his page. And you can make sure you just leave a non-anonymous donation so we can track you down and tell you that you won. Also, there's a couple different ways you can participate during our live stream, both tonight and next weekend. So it's not over till it's over. See if we can't get you a lot more prizes.
What if I donate as a Navajo reservation? Will you just send the prize to that Navajo reservation? So
I hope they like Optimus Prime, I guess.
Yes. Yes. There's definitely children there who would love it.
Love Optimus Prime. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Period. You heard it here first, folks. If you want to donate the prize to some cause, just donate as that cause. So if there's a homeless shelter that you enjoy donating to or that you work with, donate in their name.
Yeah.
Get them shit.
One other thing that we do typically is that if we reach certain goals, we have to put ourselves through terrible things. I think Hannah and Cameron are putting themselves through some treacherous things right now. They're at a haunted house or something, and Hannah is terrified. Cameron's got to put a giant tarantula on his head, which is shaved now.
Why is it? Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
So, if we can't.
Okay. To be fair, tarantulas chill as fuck.
Exactly. They're so cute.
One of the chillest spiders.
Yeah. Exactly. But so if not for the prizes, then to torture us depends on how you get your kicks. But
what prizes? I don't want to torture anyone. I'm fine.
Right. So we got a ton of prizes, and the better we do every year, the cooler stuff we can get. So check us out. We're about to do our test stream here at 9:30 or so. So yeah, hopefully see you guys then.
Dope.
Awesome.
Nice.
And Corey, you're up.
So we don't have anything like scary stuff like that. Like if I wanted to torture somebody, I'd make my DM do D&D every week.
Oh wait, that's a different kind.
But
we're not in the Novi After Dark portion.
Yeah, we're not in the chat yet. We're not
oh gosh. But I am on Twitter at Twitch Lightning. Good luck trying to contact me though. I hardly check social media.
It's probably the best.
You try to stream twice a week. Very boring. But it's usually Wednesdays and Saturdays. And Saturdays is podcast day, usually with the crew. You'll find me at White Lightning Bean on Twitch. And other than that, I have nothing else.
But I need to know, is it White Lightning as in the moonshine?
Okay. No.
Now it is.
I can explain the origin of that.
Please do.
But that would be the After Dark.
Ah!
Oh.
Okay.
Tune in for that story.
I did lose one of my guests for this next portion. So if you want to sit in on a GM conversation about like how to build mysteries, how to do body horror respectfully, and how to do kind of that, how to kind of play in these like horror and mysterious.
That sounds awesome.
Settings. Yeah, if you want to sit in on that, you are more than welcome to join me in the next portion.
I know nothing about that.
Right on.
Question. Oh, what do you normally stream?
Yeah.
Lately I've been doing New World, but I've been trying to do more and more Resident Evil 8. I've already finished it, but I just want to end up just modding it and just doing silly stuff like banana guns and all that.
Do you usually play like shooters? Do you usually play like RPGs? Like what do you usually go in for?
It's a mixed bag. I'm a horrible game hopper.
I mean,
Yeah,
I will never finish a game.
we are too. We're all over the place.
Casual. I am a filthy fucking casual. So like, don't ever let me tell you shit about games. All right.
Oh, yeah, I don't sweat on any game really.
Awesome. Well, Lexi, you're up.
Oh, hi, it's me. As I've already said, I am the host of Let's Talk About It, which we will be doing our very special live show just coming up next. I am also going to be, I can tell people this, tomorrow, the 31st, I was in a project with Brain Adventures, their latest D&D 5e homebrew actual play podcast called Employees Be Damned. I am playing a Tabaxi tiefling monk sorceress. It is a homebrew campaign in which four mall employees were transported, them and their mall and everyone in it was transported into the Nine Hells. And we got a year after they were transported into the Nine Hells and their journey to escape.
Wow.
That sounds awesome.
Okay, I'm ready.
That's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It was so fun. So first of all, I've never played a monk. And like when the idea came to me to do a tabaxi tiefling, because people always just do like fucking human tieflings and that's boring.
Yeah.
So I was like, tabaxi tiefling. And yeah, it's a great. I had a lot of fun filming it. I hope you guys have a lot of fun watching it. Please tweet at me about it if you want to reach me for some shit that I said on Lex Talk About It. Tweet me at Lex Stop Talking. And if you want to reach me about stuff regarding my voice work outside of Novi, you can reach me at my personal Twitter at AU Plated Garbage. That is Golden Plated Garbage. You can also find me with spicy comic opinions on TikTok under at Lex Lux. That is LEXLUXE.
Man.
Got an email in about something. And that is me. Again, my name is Jo Arianes. I go by Little Star Girl on Instagram. That's probably the best place for people to find me anywhere. I have a very hard time understanding Twitter. And I'm avoiding Facebook. So Instagram is my place of choice. And I am also the vice president of a nonprofit organization called Solid Stance for Unity and Community. We are a 501c3 charity, which is bringing the empowerment of martial arts to those of the disenfranchised communities around Central Arkansas.
I love that. I love that so much.
It was my elevator pitch. That's what I needed last session. Anyway, we're brand. Yeah, like I was struggle busing through that earlier. It was real bad.
Oh man!
Like I have a title of vice president for what? Never mind. Anyways, we the place. Jesus, I am so sorry.
I thought it was me, girl.
Sorry.
We specialize in a martial arts called Gung Nu, and it is a blend of 7 different styles together. So you learn hard and soft martial arts that help you become a well-rounded martial artist as well as a well-rounded person. We teach kids, or I'm sorry, not we. I don't work there anymore. They teach from ages 4.5 up to 78.
That was Joe's equivalent of my views do not.
I am not speaking for.
I'm not speaking for or as an entity of blah 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 blah.
4.5 up to 78 years old. I believe that's our eldest student is 78. if you meet her, you would never know it, but she is everyone's grandma. And so we have a wide range of people that we want to help and assist. And through our first fundraising campaigns, we have enough funds to offer our very first scholarship for a new student, and more scholarships. And we have an after-school care program that we're trying to get up and running. And so if you want to learn more, please go to solidstance.org and hit that little donate button, or why don't you donate today for Legacy of Hope? That is our foundation for this month. Legacy of Hope is a Canadian-based nonprofit organization that is helping with missing and murdered Indigenous children. Again, that is something very important to Lexi and I. We are both of Indigenous heritage, and so recent discoveries and things that have come to light have been very heartbreaking, but knowing that there are organizations like Legacy of Hope helping to recover and reclaim and heal tribes and their families is very important to a lot of people. So if you would, please hit the donate button on our page here and, find out more about everyone from this game. I had a lot of fun with you all. Thank you so much for joining me.
This was such a cool fucking, I
want to do this again. I want to take this up.
This was fun. Before we go, I do want to get the opportunity to share some more of my favorites from this deck, because this deck, if anybody in the audience or playing with me felt themselves called to this deck, this is the Lost Hollow deck, and you can find it on Etsy. This is the fucking devil.
Oh, all right then. Oof.
Yeah.
So they are all tied in a way that the ropes make the pentagram.
Yeah, it looks like it's shibori knots.
It's shibari and kinkajou. Yeah. Or not kinkajou, that's an animal. The other one. I can't. The priestess.
Oh, nice.
Very Spooktober.
Very
perfect for this.
Brand. And then the chariot is someone who is wheelchair bound. Can we talk about that?
Nice.
They have several cards like that. And then we took the hangman, removed gender. It is now the hanged one. So you have a slight frame, but it is a bit more masculine, but it's got long hair, dainty lines. Look at the bends and look at just the thought and the artistry that went into this. The Aerophant, to me, this is giving so many levels. This is giving me Deer Woman from North America. This is giving me a Japanese spirit. This is giving me Hecate. If you are into this stuff, check out the Lost Hollow deck on Etsy. It's dope, and it has served me well. I love this deck.
Speaking of favorites, I am going to send the link to one of my favorite cards in this deck.
Plug it.
The death card for this one. The death card gets a very bad rep.
The death card is so good. I love when I see the death card. I'm like, okay, shit's gonna be rough, but we're changing, we're making moves, we're finding what we needed and leaving what is no longer serving us. People think the devil is an evil card. It's not an evil card, but people also, another thing that I love about this deck is that it really drives home the fact that divine feminine and divine masculine don't mean male and female. They don't relate to gender necessarily. They certainly don't relate to biological sex, but the King of Pentacles is a woman in this deck. And then the Queen of Pentacles is an AMAB presenting person. It's really good about breaking that sort of mold that we've been put into of this binary of, divine feminine is definitely woman. No.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I started learning a little bit about astrology just from the standpoint of wanting to be able to keep up with conversations about that stuff. But I kind of stepped back because I was getting a little dysphoric because mine happens to be Virgo. I am a trans man who has so much trouble finding Virgo stuff that is not woman as woman can be sort of idea.
Yeah.
And what position is your Virgo? You said Virgo is in your sun sign?
Yeah. Virgo sun, Capricorn moon, and Gemini rising.
Okay. Work.
I have this is my Virgo.
Hi.
No.
Virgo.
Hey G. We'll miss you at the GM talk.
I know.
Go be with
I'm gonna spill the beans on what you did for the kids, though.
Yes.
I do.
The creepy stuff that you did for yesterday.
But I am a Gemini sun, a Leo moon, and a Virgo rising. And definitely like what I have found in when it comes to astrology and stuff like that, when you're looking into it, like number one, like everything with a grain of salt, like there's a lot of moving parts to astrology, number one. Number two, like it's not gonna be like ipso facto, this is what it is. Like that's not how that works. But also like in looking at who is doing the work, because they interpret it through their lens. Like that's what it is. Like this is all information that they interpreted and disseminated. And there are some people who are just so married to that kind of binary ideal of things, and they're so married to, oh, water signs are super mutable, they're very chaotic, and that's not necessarily true. Like just like not all air signs are flaky and flighty. Like we can be more frenetic, but that isn't the same thing as like flighty.
Yeah, like the main problem I was running into was when I was trying to like look up symbolism and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't want the symbol connected to my sign to always be super feminine, because I have spent 30 years trying to combat dysphoria of always being perceived as extra feminine.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I stepped back from that a little bit, is because all of the imagery I was finding was woman. I was like, okay, I spent too long trying to not be that, to have that be the entire thing. So I kind of stepped a little bit back from that.
Yeah, as somebody who like has a more trans femme experience, like I've had something similar in the opposite direction of like, especially like having the lineup that I have, people equating it to masculine ambition and like things like that. And it's like, it's first of all, like, yeah, I have masculine and feminine inside of me. Not those things don't mean man and woman. They mean feminine, that it's not the same thing, number one. And this is something that I've spent years learning, like unlearning how to delineate. And there are so many things that I have now completely divorced from my concept of gender versus my concept of sex. Oh God, I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, oh, same. Like, I kind of wish I was a Capricorn, because then I could be like, it's a goat and a fish, and I don't have to worry about like.
You don't have to worry about shit out in the river. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get rid of these, not draw more of them.
No.
So. But yeah, anyways,
I'm terrified of hormones because all of the women in my family have huge tits. I'm like, I don't even know if I want tits, let alone huge ones.
Oh yeah, once I get back on testosterone, it's going to be amazing, because not only beard am I trying to get, which I have it buzzed right now, the little kind of scattered bit that it is, so you can't see it, but testosterone actually fixes a couple of my health issues.
So it's a win-win.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, jumping back topics. So the deck the tarot deck I was pulling from is a brand new one that I got this week. If you haven't met me before on here, I am unfortunately obsessed with Kickstarters. It is a thing within Novi that I am constantly talking about.
Sending me Kickstarters, and I'm like, bitch, I do not have money to back this. What are you doing? I'm going to die. Like, you're gonna put me in the poorhouse.
But this was a Kickstarter campaign, and so it's like gilded edges.
Love
and
that.
Yeah, no, it's painful, and like used ukiyo-e style, mokuhanga style for all of the artwork on the cards, and so every single one of them features a different kind of yokai, and a lot of them touch on like really famous legends, and yeah, like the
Fuck yes.
where the mouth is in the back of the head. Anyways, I love it so much. Oh yeah, it's like very much like the myth of the night parade, 1001 Demon Night Parade. It's definitely like this, that you have like really creepy things and then like sad cute things, and I love it. And like the chariot is the one that it's the chariot, but the cart that is sentient and will roll along and will swoop up spirits and take them to the other realms. Anyways, I love this deck so much. Brand new. The Gentleman, you can find it at Bubo Plague. BUBOPLAGUE is his handle on things. If you want to look him up, I believe he did really, really well with this, and so I believe he has spare decks for sale on his website now.
Emily, are you in the chat? Because I have a Dragon Age card that you have not seen. We're gonna go. Like the last segment is my segment anyway. So like, if
do what you want, yeah.
You pulled out a deck with gilded edges, which made me think about this deck that I have that has silver gilded edges. This is a Dragon Age deck.
Nice.
So this is specifically inspired mostly by Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
And just pulling from a random part in the deck, look at the heart wrencher that I pulled. It is the 10 of coins, and it is our big beefy boy, Iron Bull, kissing the Inquisitor's hand with all the care and affection a Kunari can give.
To me.
It's beautiful. So many of the cards are actually like in the load screen, like when you're playing the game and you have the load screen and you can flip through. Like, guess if you've played Dragon Age, guess who the fool is.
There's a couple options I can think of
From Inquisition specifically.
Position. I mean, well, asshole, but
who's the
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be Sarah. Okay, that makes sense.
This deck is super dope. So if you look up Dragon Age tarot deck, you should be able to find it. They have non-gilded options. They have a silver gilded option. They have a gold gilded option. And it's fucking great.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys. This is super fun.
Yeah,
this is great.
Have you all on again sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
So,
just drop me a line.
Yeah.
Everyone out there in Twitch land, please hold on for just a few more minutes, and we will be back again live with Lex for this month's Lex Talk About It. All right.
See you soon, dear
Bye, guys.
listeners.